Well, I've got one word, finally. Finally, we have the very first Morgan and Peace well over halfway through the year here in 2025. But this is it. And this is advanced release. Many of you know at home before first day of issue. We'll give you a reminder here about what the advanced release program is. But before first day of issue, we do have the very, very first Morgan and Peace. It was out of the Philadelphia Mint production. You see it here on the screen, flawless, stunning, perfect, Mint State 70, advanced release, graded certified by America's oldest grading service, ANACS. It's at $499.95. They are available online, csnmint.com for our internet savvy folks. Call the number on the screen you've been calling for 25 years. Operators are standing by.
Yeah, this is the first set on the Morgan and the Peace dollar from the U.S. Mint. Now, these have easily been some of the most sought-after coins the Mint's been offering most years for the last 4 years. Of course, in 2021, the Mint surprised collectors all around the world with the issuing of the 100th anniversary set. No one ever expected the U.S. Mint to restrike a Morgan dollar or a Peace dollar ever again, and they did that 100th anniversary set. Only 175,000 of the 5 Morgans were issued, and only 200,000 on the Peace dollar. That was a 6-coin set, 5 Morgans, 1 Peace dollar, instant sellout at the U.S. Mint. Really created quite a bit of controversy, left a bad taste in a lot of collectors' mouths because the Mint just could not handle the demand. They easily should have done, probably over 1 million coins for the first time issuing a Morgan dollar in 100 years. Sure. And the 100th anniversary of the first Peace dollar. Well, they had indicated, as you know, Kevin, in the end of 2021 that they were going to produce some Morgans and Peace in 2022. They were not able to do that. As you know, it's been 4 or 5 years. The Mint's been having ongoing issues keeping up with the demand on the American Silver Eagles and, keeping in quality silver planchets. So no Morgan and Peace dollars were issued in 2022, but the last 2 years they've done 3 separate 2-coin sets. They've done this Mint State set, uncirculated from Philadelphia, and the second set is a proof from San Francisco, and the third set is a reverse proof.
That's right.
Now, they've all been instant sellouts, extremely sought after, very, very low mintages. So this particular set, the last 2 years, they only minted 275,000 sets. Now, that is a very, very small amount. If you compare that to the uncirculated Silver Eagles, they've done around 25 million coins each of the last 2 years.
Right.
Now, even if you compare it to 2 of the most sought-after Silver Eagles the Mint has issued in recent years, the Star Privy from last year and the Eagle Privy from earlier this year, those are the lowest minted uncirculated Silver Eagles ever issued with a mintage at 500,000.
Yeah.
So 275,000, not a whole lot. Now, they've issued this 2025 set, and again, a bit of a curveball from the Mint. The total mintage on this 2025 set is only 150,000. Okay, so now you're looking at the lowest minted Morgan and Peace dollar that the U.S. Mint has ever issued since they started striking the coins again back in 2021. Needless to say, the demand has been through the roof on these. We have them individually slabbed and certified in perfect MS-70 grade with the advanced release designation, which is always the most limited of the certified coins in the market. At $499.95, this is a must-have for your collection. And I want to point out, Kevin, you mentioned it, advanced release is the only designation on a certified coin that is an actual U.S. Mint release. So the Mint will offer 10% of the total mintage. There's only 20 companies around the world that are eligible to participate. Sir. So you're looking at an extremely rare coin, total mintage 150,000, only 15,000 sets available in the advanced release. Very, very small allocation, around 750 sets per company eligible to participate, where unfortunately not all of those will certify in the 70 grade, not even close.
That's right.
Okay, so this is not going to last long at $499.95. You want to call or go online now.
Yeah, so I think it's important to understand, and so what you're telling me, Corey, is this is the most rare Peace dollar ever. Okay,
Ever. I mean, that's going back
all
all
to
the way to
1921, first
Yep.
year of issue, to 1935. We're counting those. We're counting the 2021 issue.
Yes.
Nothing made in 2022, and then 23, 24, and now 25.
That is
This
correct.
is the most rare peace dollar ever produced by the United States Mint. This coin alone should be at the $4.99 price, in my humble opinion.
Yeah, and even if you go all the way back to 1878, over the last 140 plus years,
On the Morgans,
there's only ever been 2 coins with a lower mintage than 150,000.
Wow.
On an uncirculated Morgan, you have the 1893S with a mintage at 100,000, the 1894 Philadelphia 110,000. Now those are of course 2 of the key date Morgans on the original series from 1878 to 1921. Very, very difficult to acquire in uncirculated condition. Of course, they do not exist in a perfect 70 grade, not a single coin. And in fact, about 11 years ago, we had an 1893S in an MS 63 grade that sold for $295,000. Okay, so this is a mintage of 150,000. It's even 25,000 lower than the 2021 set, which is still to this day one of the most sought after collections that I've offered over the last 20 years. That will remain a key date and one of the most sought after sets that the U.S. Mint has issued in the last 40 years.
Yeah, I mean, it's a no-brainer for serious collectors, new collectors watching this. Great time to get your first Morgan and Peace dollar set if you don't have one already, because it will be the most rare Peace dollar that you own. And even if you're a savvy collector and you own hundreds of them, this will be even more rare than that. The third most rare Morgan dollar ever, going back to 1878, including all of the original issues. And again, nothing you can find in the originals are going to be in a 70 grade. What you have here is flawless, is pristine, is certified from here until eternity for you to pass on and leave in your legacy. At $4.99 and 95 cents, they're going to go quickly. These are here. They will ship immediately, whether you order them online at csnmint.com or call the number that you've been calling for 25 years on the screen. And then, once again, these are before first day of issue, the advance release program, which the U.S. Mint recognizes as a program that they have evoked, and it started in 2021 for their preferred collectors. So we're passing that preferred collector tradition on to you to have the best, the rarest, and the best opportunity just flat out that you're going to have on these coins.
It's the new key date. I mean, that's just
it.
Generally speaking, in our preferred collector department, we'll put a limit of 5 sets, no more than 5 sets. And I've had a lot of folks with this series being so incredibly sought after and the demand been through the roof. I've had folks that have been taking the limit on this each of the past few years. Well, those folks want to continue with the limit regardless. Now, for obvious reasons, with this being now the new key date, the lowest minute ever issued, a lot of my folks the last couple of years that have only been getting 1 or 2 sets have now been taking the limit. So this is something, you can get all 5 sets. You're under $2,500. That's what, $2,499.75. And if you do one thing, if you only collect 1 set this year, this is the set to own at $150,000. Again, I want to repeat, it is the lowest minted Morgan and Peace dollar that the U.S. Mint has issued since they started producing the coins again back in 2021. So this is the new key date. It will be the most sought after. Even if you got the reverse proof set the last 2 years, had a mintage of 250,000 and 260,000. It's over 100,000 sets less than what had been the most sought after of the Morgans and Peace dollars the last 2 years. Reverse proof, always incredibly desirable, but this is a mintage thing with a very, very limited quantities, 150,000 sets. They are available online. Again, we have already been offering these for the past week or so in the preferred customer department. So we do not have a huge quantity on this. I think there's just maybe about 3 or 4 dozen of these available. I don't expect them to be on the television show again. So you do want to call, go online now, $499.95. Again, take all 5 sets. You're at $2,499.75. Do not wait. Call or go online now. Grab as many of these sets as you can comfortably afford.